Yo, what's good, everybody? And welcome to my page. I'm gonna be doing something a little different this season. I'm gonna be doing reviews on Power, the last season, season 6. I guess every good thing gotta come to an end. So I'm gonna be doing like more so recaps than reviews because Power is too much going on, and I'm just gonna probably be hitting the highlights and what everybody is talking about amongst themselves or in their open forums or what have you. So y'all know how it is. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you are a returning family member, in which that's what I call y'all, you know it's always good to see y'all again. And y'all know how I do. I'm going to get right into it. So first and foremost, I feel just like everyone else. No one asked for the theme song to be tampered with. So I'm on it. You know, bring back the original version, the Joe version. We didn't ask for Trey Songz. We don't want Trey Songz. You know, the opening more so put you in a mood where you knew what was going to happen. You knew it was going to be some gutter mess going on, some trifling, stuff going on the show. And Trey's version just make you want to like dance, bop your head if that's what you into. So I'm with everybody else. So I love the camaraderie. I love the unity. Everybody coming together to, let 50 Cent know we don't want this trash and get rid of it. And I'm with y'all on that. So the first thing I want to talk about, okay, I probably should not be this happy that a character is dead. But I can't help it. I'm so happy that Angela is dead. I said, Lord, but see, at first I'm like, is this heifer really dead? Or is she going to pop up? Or they lying, they going to put in a witness protection program. What's going on? But the chick really is dead. And I said, you know what? The only person I really feel bad for is her sister in all of this. I don't feel bad for Ghost. I don't feel bad for them damn trifling co-workers of hers. I don't feel bad for any of them except her sister who has to bury her sister. James makes me sick. Which leads into the next thing I want to talk about. When he called Tasha to come to his office, and they're, going back and forth. He was telling her about, Tariq isn't in school. And she was saying, you could have just called me for that. I didn't need to come here. And so, they going back and forth. And he has the audacity to say, I'm going through all of this. And when the woman that I love is dead. Baby, that struck me in my heart. I'm like, wait, they could have ended the show right there. I'm like, wait a minute. Though you have the balls to say this to the woman who's carrying your last name, who has birthed 3 of your children, and you have the audacity to tell her, or 4 kids, I can't remember because they don't show them churn. I know, lost count. But you have the audacity to tell her this. And Naturi Naughton is an amazing actress, because did y'all see her expression when Go said what he said? I'm like, it was so real. It was so real. It was so piercing, and it was convincing. It's like, and everybody really know that he loved Angela. And I'm just like, I just couldn't even imagine, my husband telling me something like that. I applaud Naturi, because I probably would have got out of character, and I probably would have hit Omari, just for Tasha's sake. But, I was just like, dang. And, she was like, well, where's Terry Silver, the man that I love? And I'm like, yeah, Tasha has been a ride or die chick from the beginning. Now, she's a perfect example of what happens when ride or die turns toxic. And if you have been watching the series, you know some of the stuff that she has constantly gotten herself in, because she's about loyalty and about protecting her family and about protecting Ghost. But baby girl said, I want a divorce. And he was not expecting that. I'm like, baby, this divorce is like 2-3 seasons overdue. But I'm happy. I don't think they're going to get no divorce, but we're going to see how that pans out. So we get Tariq. Tariq wants to, pay his final, respects to Kanan. So, he up on the rooftop. He on the rooftop with Tommy. Now, let me tell you what. I love Tommy because Tommy is consistent. Tommy is who Tommy is. Tommy is crazy. We all know that. And I love him. He's like the one character that I truly enjoy watching, that I just love his whole nature. I love everything about Tommy. I really do. As good as he is, he's one of my favorite characters. So, Tariq was about to pour out the ashes, and then Tommy took some and put it on the blunt. He was like, yeah, that's what they did to Tupac. I'm like, where you got that from? I was like, they smoked Tupac ashes? What? Anyway, I guess it was a little cute scene, honey. I don't know. But sticking with Tommy, he gives Keisha the gun. He tells Keisha this is the gun that he shot Angela with. He killed Angela with. So he told her to go and dump the gun. Now, I don't know what's going on with Keisha this season. I don't know if she's supposed to be acting dingy like she is, but I'm like, something is off with Lala. I don't know if it's just me. I try not to watch anybody reviews yet until I actually watch the episode. But I'm like, something is kind of off with Lala. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that was during the time that her and Carmelo was getting back together. And, then we found out the nigga was still dirty, still like that cheating. I don't know. But I'm like, something is off with this Keisha character this season. It's like she playing stupid, or I don't believe this is the lifestyle for her. As much as she want to be with Tommy, as much as she want to be, a down ass chick, whatever. It's like, boo, this not for you though. Like, you're not Tasha. Tasha is about this life. You're not. So anyway, he tells her to go dump the gun. This woman, she did not do that. She brings the gun to her place. So we finally get to meet her son. I'm like, he a cute little boy. Where the hell he been these past 6 years? She always talk about her son, how she got to beat up for her son, protect her son. She can't, get involved with this stuff because of her son. And I'm like, well, damn, where is he? You know what I'm saying? He almost made me feel like back in the day with family members, they sent Judy to her room and we ain't hear no more from her. You know what I'm saying? Never seen the chick again on the show. So I'm like, I was so happy that we got a chance to see Lala's son and the interaction that they had. Little boy wanted some lunch money. He goes into her purse. Now, if you black watching this, personal color. We know we do not go into our parents' purse. That is a instantaneous backhand to your face, mouth, stomach, wherever they can reach. You don't go in no black mama purse. So she's more than extra because of course she has the gun in there. And I'm thinking, why would you bring this gun into your house? You're supposed to dump the gun like Tommy told you to. So we see her later on that night. I'm like, that whole scene was so funny to me because she looking. It's like you make yourself look like a mark. You make yourself look like you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Then when she throws the gun, I'm like, you was supposed to like go back and really throw it. I'm like, you threw the gun like 5 feet. I said, this girl is dumb. I don't know what's going on with Keisha. I just don't know. And then it was the scene where Tommy was actually giving her the gun. She was like, Tommy, where are you going? What's going on? Which is like, you asked too many questions. So I really do feel like this season Keisha got a bullet with her name on it because she's just, you want to know too much. Some things you don't need to know. You just need to shut the hell up. And if you about this life, be about this life, but just shut up. So we see that, I don't know all their names. The detectives, they need, Angela's sister permission to perform an autopsy on her body to try to find out, get certain evidence or whatever. So, she's not trying to do that. She was like, I'm not going to let y'all mutilate my sister's body. When dude came in there, to ask her for her permission, she was like, yeah, my sister told me you was an asshole. Like, I know who you are. Just get out my face. So, like I said, I really felt sorry for her. I didn't feel bad for anybody else. They trying to pin this on Jamie, on Ghost. And for the first time, directly, this is not his fault. Indirectly, it is. Angela was a grown-ass woman, so she definitely understood what came along with dealing with someone like Jamie. But, like, I just couldn't, like, feel bad for her dying. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I'll get into that later. Anyway, so we see homegirl, I think her name Tamika, the lady that worked, the black lady, the black boss or whatever, she gets fired along with another person that worked in the U.S. district attorney's office or whatever. So they got this new boss, a homeboy going there. He's trying to save his job. Now, the one thing I did like about him, he was honest about him leaking this information about there being a female witness. So the boss was like, basically, if you can prove what needs to be proven, do that. But don't try me because I will turn your ass in and it'll be your job before it's mine. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm like, for the boss to roll up on homeboy at his daughter's dance recital, let me tell you, baby girl, I said, that's my homie right there, because he was like, how about I give you $20 to go find your friends? That little girl looked at him like, what the hell I'm gonna do with $20, Chief? What I'm gonna do with that? And he ended up giving her $100. I was like, now that was a bit too much. She wouldn't have got no 100 out of me, but you know what I'm saying? I understand. So basically, they was trying to get him to turn on Ghost, and we know that that lawyer, he is truly ride or die. He's not turning on Ghost. So we see that exchange. So this fight scene between Ghost and Tommy. First of all, I did not like it. I did not like the dialogue that was going on between them two, because I'm like, do we really believe that Ghost or Tommy would say the things that they're saying? Yes, you know, you made me believe that my father was gonna snitch on me when he was really snitching on you. And then Tommy was like, you know, we both have to live with our mistakes and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Tommy is ruthless. We just saw Tommy point blank shoot somebody in the head for making jokes. Basically, the dude told him, you ain't S without Ghost. Basically, like you're nothing without Ghost. If Ghost ain't around, you pretty much useless. And those are his last words. May he rest in, he ain't in peace. But anyway, I'm just like, you know, Tommy is ruthless. Tommy is crazy as hell. So even with, you know, the interaction between him and Ghost, like these dudes really are like at war. And, you know, so we see Tariq, he's like, you know, what the F going on? Why y'all fighting? What's going on? And so even the interaction between Tariq and Ghost, let me tell you something. I think the character Tariq has truly touched a nerve with almost everybody that watched this show. Everybody want him to get his little ass beat because it's so interesting that, you know, you have these black parents and your parents are like not to be played with, and they allow him to talk to them any kind of way to basically get his way. And so I really started, you know, looking at that, and I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder if they let Tariq get away with the stuff he's getting away with because they lost their daughter, you know, or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's really going on with that entire situation, because they just let him get away with whatever he want to get away with. For example, with Tasha, she was like, you know, what are you doing? You going to school? I need to do something. Give me 2 hours. You know, just give me 2 hours. No, okay, an hour. And he was like, you know, just meet me at Uncle Tommy's house. I'm gonna be at Uncle Tommy's. And she was like, okay, what the hell you mean, okay? Tariq like 16 years old. Why the hell is he running y'all? But that's neither here nor there. So when we see that Ghost attempted to kill Tommy, I believe twice this episode. The first time, you know, he was dressed up all black, about to get ready, but then he see his son getting out of the car. Okay, so that cancels that. So the next time we see Tommy is going, you know, to his connect or whatever. So the dude ended up giving Tommy a hug. So Tommy was like, what the hell is this? Lo and behold, he ended up taking Tommy's keys and had one of his dudes drive the car around so they can go get the product or whatever. And the man did this to see if Ghost was trailing Tommy, which they found out that he was. And Ghost was not playing. Ghost sprayed the hell out that car. And I'm just like, oh my God. He wants Tommy dead for sure. And I'm just like, really, Ghost? Like, one thing I can say about Ghost is that he has been consistent as well. That is one selfish ass person. It's all about him. It's about what he wants in his time, who he want to be with, and he don't give a damn about anybody else. And so another thing that really struck me as being very odd, when Angela's sister came out and she was like, you know, you murderer, you killed my sister, when he realized that Angela was dead, and the look that came over, Omari is a wonderful actor. And the look that came over his face, it was almost as if like all the life had been sucked out of him once he knew that Angela was gone. Like him being in distress. And then when he walked outside, like he's pacing. And then like something like clicked in his mind, and you just saw like the cold that just came over him, like Tommy got to die. And I'm just like, well, when baby girl died, I don't remember him having this same energy when she died. And I'm like, okay, I know he was doing the stuff with Councilman Tate, so he had all this other stuff going on and trying to put up this front, you know, for people. So there's a lot of stuff going on surrounding her death. But I'm just like, wait, but I don't remember seeing this, you know, like you so hurt and damaged and whatever. And I'm just, that part of the writing pissed me off. But I get it. I mean, it's real, but it definitely pissed me off or what have you. So we see when Keisha. So when Tommy go to Keisha after, Ghost tried to kill him, he was basically saying like, hey, I might need to take you and Cash and get y'all like the hell up out of Dodge. And she's like, no. Okay. She says no. If I can help you in any way, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm staying. I said, what? Dick make people do some dumb things. That's the only thing I can see that's causing her to think like this. Like she's digmatized by Tommy. Because you know what Tommy does. You know that Ghost is ruthless. And you're saying, I would have appreciated it more if she said, well, you know what? We could take Cash and send him to his father or to another family member. She didn't even say that. She says, no, I'm staying, which means your son is staying. And basically Tommy was like, look, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how this is going to end. I can't promise you anything. I just really can't. And the fact that this helper was like, nah, like I'm down. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be down. All right. 6 feet. Like I said, Keisha, I don't know what's going on with that character, but anyway, so back to Tasha. So don't nobody know what the hell Terry Silver is, but she has, intuition that Ghost did something to this man, and we all know that she's right. So she goes to his job to see, if he's around. And so the receptionist was like, no, they haven't seen him. So the receptionist was like, look, like I ain't really supposed to be telling nobody nothing, but his family put out a missing person report on him yesterday. Basically, because he's not answering his phone. He's not showing up. No one knows where he is. So she was like, you want me to let them know that, you're looking for him as well? And so she was like, no. And so she was like, well, what's your information? I can give you a call, if something comes up. So Tasha was like, nah, I'm good. So we see Tasha in the car and, she keeps calling him and his voicemail keeps coming on and she's crying at that time. And I'm like, I just wonder about the whole, I was always kind of iffy about the whole Tasha and Terry situation because I'm thinking, does Tasha really love him or she was connected to him because of what she was missing at home? Because that was during the time where, Ghost basically had chucked them deuces. So now you have a man who's giving you this attention, who's basically saying all the right things, but this man, he put his reputation, he put his job on the line to protect this woman, so I was just like, like I said, Ghost is a selfish bastard. Like, you want somebody to, it was almost as if he wanted Tasha to feel bad and feel sorry and show some type of empathy toward the fact that, nigga, you are grieving your dead, I'm about to call her a hoe, you grieving your dead mistress in my face and you want me to feel bad for you? Oh, God. That show had me going through some stuff because it made me reflect on some, personal situations, personal relationships. And I'm like, nigga, I'll kill you. You want me? That scene really stuck with me when he was telling her about, about Angela being dead and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, baby. Who? Anyway, when Tasha tells Tariq that Angela, was killed, I think Tariq knows who killed Angela. He was just like, I'm happy. Basically, he was like asking his mom, like, you're not happy? And she was like, no. And I think Tasha had gotten to the place where it just was what it was with Angela, whatever the case may be. I think that if she has some type of joy about anything, it's the fact that Ghost is hurt and Ghost is going through this. I don't think that she actually has an issue with Angela in that way, because like she said, if it wasn't for Angela, Tariq, we know he'd be in prison right now. You know what I'm saying? So she did do what she had to do in that situation to help them out, to help Tariq out with that. This is when Tasha was talking to him when she was driving him back to school, and Tariq, and at the end of the day, he's still a kid, and I like the way they're writing him, even though I think he deserved a good ass whipping. You still see the childlike character in him, because he was like, if it wasn't for her, you guys wouldn't be getting a divorce, because Tasha tells him about the divorce. The family would still be together, so on and so forth. But I think maybe even blaming her for Raina's death and, whatever the case may be. So you could still, it's like, no, like Tasha said, your dad is the reason why our family is the way that it is. It really has nothing to do with Angela. Ghost made his bed, he made his decisions, and now he must lie in it. So we see that Tariq calls Ghost to basically give him some condolences and tell him, I'm sorry that you're mad about Angela, so on and so forth. And and I'm here for you, blah blah blah. And he was like, if it counts for anything. And Ghost was like, it means the world to me. And so they got off the phone. So Tariq roommate was like, I thought you didn't get along with your dad. And he was like, I got to play nice for now. I said, what the heck? No lie, I would not be surprised if Tariq rocked the bells on his own dad. Honestly, because I really believe he doesn't even look at Ghost as a dad. You just Ghost. You Ghost. You're somebody who know the game and you know it well. And that's pretty much it. I think he has lost all respect for his dad. Even want to make sure I say this. Even when Tommy asked, if something happened to your father, how would that make you feel? And Tariq was like, I don't even know. I was like, damn. You don't even know how you would feel if something happened to your father. Like, that's deep. That's really deep. And so, Tommy was just telling him, like, your dad, like, Tariq was asking what were they fighting for. He was like, your dad just did some real grimy stuff to me. And basically, hey, like, I can't promise what will or won't happen to him. And so he was like, but regardless of what happened, I'll always, answer my phone for you. And I'm like, what kind of mess is this? I think that overall, I like the sixth season. I like the sixth season opener. Really interested to see like what's really going to happen and how deep of a rival that Ghost, or how deep of a war that Ghost and Tommy are going to have, especially with Ghost, because I don't believe Ghost really has like the connections like that anymore. More so people know Tommy on the street putting in the work, not really Ghost. So it's interesting to see how this is going to happen. The dynamic of Ghost and Tasha, the dynamic of Tasha and Keisha, because I don't think they really communicated in the first episode. I think they were like texting each other, but I think it's gonna be an issue with that, because at the end of the day, your dude trying to kill my kid's father. And even with that, with Tasha, I'm like, this chick, she's just so loyal, because she's like, when her and Tommy were communicating, she's like, well, hell, who were you going to kill? We didn't talk about nothing about you killing Jamie. What was that? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, because he needed an alibi. And she was like, we don't even know if this whole dead or alive. How can I give you an alibi? We don't even know we don't know Angela's situation. So we can't really move until we know whether or not this chick is dead or alive. And I'm just like, boy, this is grimy. Because Tasha was like, you would do this to the kids? He basically Thomas said, damn kids, I know they've been through a lot. Raina dead. They got to deal with this thing with their daddy, and y'all not been together. But this nigga betrayed me, and he got to pay for that. And the one thing I really love about the writing of Power is that they stick to the street code of ethics, period, regardless of who you are. And I do like that. But baby, I think we in for a while, y'all. Prayerfully, Sunday when Power come on, we hear Joe singing again, because it sets the whole mood for the show. It really does. So hopefully 50, you know what needs to be done. So that's my whole recap of the show. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, y'all can leave in the comments and tell me what y'all thought of this episode, what you're looking forward to, what you think gonna happen. And y'all know how I do. I will holler at y'all later. One.